Fuck this, fuck this, fuck this place. Fuck this, fuck this, fuck this place. Fuck this, fuck this, fuck this place. And fuck your face. This is the 2016 Video Game Awards, and I am your host, motherfucking Jamal. Left foot up your ass, Johnson. And we're gonna, first of all, I want to say that my Video Game Awards are the only ones that matter. That guy, Geoff Keighley, or whatever, you know, that faggot that tries to host his own rewards with his spandex jeans and his Doritos and Cheetos and whatever the motherfucker he wants to get sponsored by. Because, you know, he's in it for the money. I ain't in it for the money. I in it for a bag of crack. Well, I already got a bag of crack, and I'm high off that bag of crack. But anyway, that guy sucks dick for $20, and I have proof. But I guess you want to know what my awards are this year. But first of all, let me just say that this awards is for only the video games that I played this year and that were new to me this year. So, like, I don't know, a game like Wolfenstein New Order. I didn't play that when it came out. I played it this year, so it'll be counted in my video games of 2016 awards. And if you don't like that, fuck you in your face, eat shit and die, and you can suck my big, black, little, big, black, taller than the mall, smaller than your balls, dick. Now, we're going to start with the first category. This is the best open world, not the best open world game, but the best open world of 2016 for games I played. And the nominees are Final Fantasy 15. Ooh, yeah, that game. Anyway, Fallout 4, Mad Max, and Recore. And the winner is motherfucking Mad Max. That's right, motherfucker. I said it. Mad Max had the best open world in my 2016 games. Motherfuckers probably want to say Fallout 4 or Final Fantasy, but you know what, motherfucker? Those worlds were boring. Mad Max, even though you motherfuckers say it was repetitive, it let me live out my hardcore fantasy of living in the 1980s in the motherfucking desert in Apocalypse. Gave me a lot to do in there, like race around and kill people and venture through the little hideouts and all that bullshit. It was fun to be in there, really realize that open world. Anyway, next is the best action game of 2016, motherfucker. I know what year it is, and this year will be over soon. Oh, okay. Best action game nominees are Transformers Devastation. Oh yeah, that game was hardcore. And next is Mad Max, another good action game. But you want to know something? It wasn't as technical as some of these other action games. Star Fox Zero, hate it or love it, I loved it. It was well, you know, people who don't have the mental capacity could not figure out how to control the game, but I don't know, if you spend more than 10 minutes, it kind of clicks in, so I don't know what those motherfuckers are talking about. Lost Reavers. Ooh, that was a fun one for like 5 minutes. Anyway, next is Odin Sphere, that remaster game. I count this as a new game for me because I never played it, so fuck you. Monster Hunter Generations. That game was pretty fun, you know, rolling around in monster poop and then stabbing them right in the butt. Oh yeah, if you want to live out your monster fantasies, play that game. And I have a lot of monster fantasies. Quita can tell you that. I treat her like a monster. And Mighty Number 9. I don't care what anybody says about the faggots who created the game. I say It was pretty fun action game. And the winner is let me see if I can read my notes here. Oh, it's Odin Sphere. The winner was Odin Sphere. Why was Odin Sphere the winner? Well, that game was really good action game, of course. Duh. No, but it had a lot of technical action to it. You had to hit and dodge, and you had a million kinds of moves and a bunch of different players that had different moves, and you had different upgrades and special moves and all this and that, but it was very technical while you did it. It was finely tuned apparently versus the original game. I never played it because, I'm too good for that shit. The PS2 was shit. Anyway, Odin Sphere gets the Action Game of the Year award. That game was fun as shit, motherfucker. And if you don't like that game, I don't like your fucking face. Alright, let's see what I can pull out of my ass next. Oh, adventure game, yeah. I like going on wild adventures. Just ask Quita. A wild adventure right through her ass, up to her mouth, right through her body. Ooh, yeah. Okay. The nominees for the best adventure game this year for me was Fallout 4. Walking around all day around that dead. Oh, everything's dead in there and you just walk around. Quantum Rape. That game was a good adventure. It was a different game, but it was a fun adventure. Uncharted 4. Walking and climbing. I don't even know why they put a boat in that game. And next is Paper Mario Color Splash. That was a fun adventure. That had a lot of cool ideas and a lot of interesting scenarios. I don't care what anybody says, it's still an adventure RPG. Fuck you, you fucking fucks. Okay. Recore, that was a cool game too. It was kind of like a little bit of Metroid Prime mixed in with a little, Mega Man. Rise of the Tomb Raider. The Last Guardian adventuring around, following this thing with the big wide asshole opened up. Ooh, yeah, trying to figure out your way, how to get out of that place. Final Fantasy 15. Wow, it was an adventure just to get anywhere. A boring adventure at that. And Mad Max. And the winner for the best adventure game of 2016, motherfucker, is The Last Guardian. You wanna know why? I'll tell you why. The Last Guardian was a wild adventure. It was one where you had to figure out what you had to do. There was a lot of ups and downs, a lot of drama. You tried to get your dog to listen to you, but sometimes he don't want to listen to you. But sometimes shit controlling him and he can't listen to you, so you gotta figure out what to do to get him to come crawling with you and to help you out and you help him out. I love that game. Anyway, best adventure game is The Last Guardian. Next is the best shooter. The nominees, well, first of all, I'm the best shooter. I don't care. I drive by your house and shoot your windows out because you didn't put a trash bag full of crack out for me. Anyway, let's see. Shooter game. The nominees are Fallout 4, Battlefield 1, and let me just say, I'm really focusing on, the campaign mode in this award. Wolfenstein New Order, Uncharted 4, clunky ass gameplay, Quantum Rape, Star Fox Zero, Gal Gun Double Piece. That game was so hot. I like shooting the panties right off the bodies. Oh yeah. And Deus Ex Mankind Divided. And the winner is Wolfenstein New Order. That was a fun campaign shooter mode, whatever you want to call it. Man, that game took me by surprise. Last Wolfenstein game, but I can't even talk. I'm so surprised. The last Wolfenstein game I played was in 1993 or whatever, and it was completely different. It was a wild and fun time, and they did a lot with it. Wolfenstein New Order, good game, shooter of the year. Fuck you. Next is the best sports/racing game. I race as a sport, if you know what I'm saying. Race right over your, take your money so I can pay my PS Plus bill, because you know that shit is a fucking ripoff. Anyway, the nominees are Trackmania, Dirt Rally, Forza Horizon 3, and NHL 17. And I say 17 because this is probably the 117th NHL game that I played. And you know what? They're all just remasters of each other, but I still like them. Anyway, the winner is Forza Horizon 3. You want to know why? Because I can go on my wild driving adventure all over tropical paradise. I can go off-road, on-road, off your road, in your ass, everywhere, and use all kinds of cars. I can make the game easy like an arcade racer. I can make the game hard like a simulator. That game does it all for me, baby. I can do it all, and I'm the greatest at that game. And I'm the best looking. You never saw a black man as good looking as me. That's right. Okay, next is the best visual novel and point-and-click adventure game. The nominees are Danganronpa, Goodbye Despair, Phoenix Wright, Spirit of Justice, Uncharted 4. That's right, that game is just a glorified point-and-click adventure. I said it. It's truth. You know it. If you try to argue, eat my shit. Alright. Oh my god. Zero Time Dilemma and Gone Home. Y'all know how I feel about Gone Home. Lesbians should be lesbians, and they should be having hot lesbian action in front of my face, not through love letters. Fuck that. And the winner is for best visual novel point-and-click adventure game, Zero Time Dilemma. That game was awesome. It was very, very complex. You had multiple storylines going on. They all overlap. And you had to figure shit out with the puzzles. It was very, very adult and dark. The storyline and, darker than my face. And a little more adult than my face, too. I got a baby face if you want to see. Just take a look. I'm so good looking. Anyway, the next is the Platformer of the Year award. Platforming games are where I started. See, I started before a platforming game, back on the Atari 2600. There were a couple platformers on there. Mountain King, where you're this little stick man just walking around collecting dots, just like I do all night. Okay. The nominees for platformer are Recore. Yes, there was a lot of platforming involved in that game. I don't know if you played it, but I did. So, yeah. Next is Last Guardian. Platforming in that was pretty interesting, pretty cool, pretty wild. Just like my asshole. I mean, your asshole. Anyway. Super Mario Maker. Somehow Conker's Bad Fur Day got here. I played that as a remaster earlier this year, but it's not the first time I played it. Quita must be fucking with my notes again. Gee, Quita, get out of here. Get off him. That's right. Alright. Odin Sphere. There was some platforming in that. And Monday number 9, that had the platforming in it too. And fuck you for thinking it's a bad game just because they stole all your money. I didn't give them no money. I just bought the game. The winner for platformer is, of course, Super Mario Maker. I must not even pick this. Actually, I did. Super Mario Maker is one of my favorites, and it continues to get better as time goes on. Better levels, if you know what I'm saying. I'm a level better than you, and you suck dick for 30 cents. Okay, best multiplayer game. Nominees are Lost Reavers. That's a game where you just collect trash. That's one of my favorite game concepts. You just go in, beat people up, and collect trash and get out of there. It's something like, a little bit about my life. So I have a little special place for Lost Reavers in my heart. Okay, multiplayer still. Pokken Tournament, NHL 17, Battlefield 1, Forza Horizon, and Doom. I only played the multiplayer part of Doom, so I can only comment on the multiplayer part of Doom, and it was pretty fun. Good arena shooter. Like 1993 again. Anyway, The winner is Battlefield 1. It's just, Battlefield back in World War One. You walk around with your little rifles and shoot each other in the face. Just like I do on the streets. Just shoot each other in the face. Because there's nothing better to do. But Battlefield 1, really cool. You can get into the old vehicles and all that good shit. Shit that I would never even know about if I didn't play video game because I didn't go to school because, school's for losers and nerds and assholes and idiots and shit eaters. So anyway, Battlefield 1 is my multiplayer game of the year. Okay. Next is the best original soundtrack for a video game. And the nominees, these are all good. These all have good music. You should just go out and listen to all the soundtracks on YouTube. It's like music I would make, because I only make good music. Shit. Alright, we got Trails of Cold Steel, number 1, not number 2. Transformers Devastation with this wild-ass rock and roll music. We got Tokyo Mirage Sessions with, the J-pop girls. Oh, yeah. I like to open up the skirt and see what's inside. Hopefully it's not teeth. That's what I'll say. Anyway, Star Fox Zero had a pretty good soundtrack, but I don't know why it got in my list. Probably because I liked it. Wolfenstein New Order, what a weird soundtrack that was. You should go out and listen to it. Monday number 9, Galgun Double Piece. Oh, every time I think of that game, I just think of, blowing their shirts away and seeing the boobies. Phoenix Wright, Spirit of Justice, and Paper Mario Color Splash. And, as a surprise, I got a surprise concert for you, and it will be the winner of this OST category, and it is Tokyo Mirage Sessions. And here we go with a performance from Tokyo Mirage Sessions, because I love this J-pop music. It just gets me wild, and I want to just twist these girls up and pop them with my, here we go, first concert. I'll be back after this concert. Don't go away, or I'm gonna find you, motherfucker. Bye.
街のざわめき愛想笑いの憂鬱本音なんていつかどこか見えないふりだねだって不安なんてそんな言われなくても分かってる壊したい大事そうに抱えた強がりなんてでも素直になれない迷っても悩んでも君が求めるならせめてこの孤独を痛みを壊して生まれ変わりたい
I don't know about you, but I know about me, and that is way better than any of those weird noise bands that Geoff Faggy, Keely Faggy, whatever his name, with his fruit boots and his painted on jeans under his naked body so you can see his little cock. See, his cock's so small that you can't even see it anyway, so he just paints his jeans right over top of it. Only faggots do that. I wear fucking military pants. You don't want to know why? I'll tell you why. Because I'm a motherfucking hardcore trooper, trooping these streets of motherfucking Coatesville. Anyway, let's continue with my motherfucking Game Awards. My motherfucking next category is graphics. And this is technical graphics, not artistically. Technical graphic nominees are Dirt Rally, game looked motherfucking real. Uncharted 4, pretty good looking game, you know, it was a visual novel, so it better be good looking, didn't really play too well, just walking and climbing, and driving off of a cliff, that was the best part of the game. Next is Quantum Rape. If you're gonna make a Quantum Rape game, you better have good graphics, otherwise I don't want to see that shit. Paper Mario, shit looked real in that game, looked like it was really made out of cardboard and paper. Pretty cool, man, if you see what I'm saying. Next is Final Fantasy 15, big open world. Characters, I don't know, they weren't even that good looking. Leaves and stuff are good looking though, so the rocks are pretty good looking too, so I'll give it some pretty good graphics technically because that was a wide open world and there was good reflection on the water. So, you know, I'll give it some. DOA Extreme 3, that is one of my favorites, you know. We got pretty much almost naked girls playing volleyball and rock climbing and shit like that. Ooh, I'm gonna smack those asses. Oh, you can do that in that game too, and you can see it moving around and jiggling. Yeah, pretty good. Last Guardian, you can sit there and count all the feathers on that dog's ass and touch his asshole. So, you know, lots of good graphics in there. Lots of them, that's what I'm saying. Battlefield 1, again, the game looks motherfucking real. If I'm gonna play a motherfucking World War I game, and since I don't know nothing about history, it better look motherfucking real so I can, you know, experience that history that I never knew about. Because I'm a black man, and black man from the street, and I live on the hardcore street, unlike you, motherfucker. So, I'm playing Battlefield 1 outside today. Okay, Forza Horizon 3, if I'm gonna have one of them wild games driving through the motherfucking jungle, then it better look good, because I know what the jungle looks like. I don't know about you, but I know about the streets and the jungle, but I don't know much about the beach. But, I can tell you this, I know about crack. Out of the back of my motherfucking Cadillac. Meet me after the awards show, and we will give you some crack. See, fucking Geoff is just gonna sit there and shield his sponsors the whole time. I'm gonna give you a bag of crack. Anyway, the best technical graphic game is DOA Extreme 3. I just cannot resist seeing this sexy booty and those sexy boobies bouncing all over the place, bouncing on my motherfucking face. Yeah, that's my motherfucking song. I like seeing these girls in their motherfucking thongs. That's what I'm saying. Jeez, they look so good. I walk up to my TV and start fucking my TV. Ooh, yeah, it feels so motherfucking good. Actually, fucking the TV doesn't really feel good, but they look better than, well, they look better than Quita, but they don't look better than me. Anyway, DOA Extreme 3, best technical graphics. Next is best artistic graphics. Ooh, yeah. These are games that are gonna look good, even if graphic technology goes way further than it is right now. Anyway, the candidates or the nominees, whatever you want to call it, is Paper Mario, Last Guardian, Odin Sphere, that had really cool graphics, Tokyo Mirage Sessions, Galgun Double Piece, and DOA 3 Extreme. And the winner is motherfucking DOA 3 Extreme. That's what I'm saying to you, motherfucker. I don't care if it's today or 2,000 years from now. The design in that game is amazing. You should see those asses. You should just open those asses up. Ooh, yeah, and pull that little string of the thong out. And then watch the little bugs crawl out her ass because she got all kinds of dirty bugs and shit because she a hoe. They're all hoes. But you know what? They're the best looking hoes I ever damn saw. Better than the hoes at the motherfucking mall. That's right, I'm so motherfucking cool today. Okay, yeah, DOA Extreme 3, really good graphic design. Oh yeah, I wanna pull their hair and tickle their feet. Anyway, next is best design. This is the game that was designed the best, I think. And this incorporates, you know, level design and the extra functionalities of the game and if the gameplay matches the design and all that good shit. And all nominees are Deus Ex Mankind Divided, Rise of the Tomb Raider, Paper Mario Color Splash, Trails of Cold Steel. Ooh, that game was really good. One of my favorites. Star Fox Zero, that game was awesome too. Fuck your face. Battlefield 1 and Last Guardian. And the winner of the best design, because I motherfucking designed it. Psych, I didn't design that shit. The winner of the best design is Deus Ex Mankind Divided. There's just so much complexity and so much different shit you can do in that game. You can sit there and hack computers all day, and it'll change the way the rest of the world in that game works. But you have all kinds of other options. That game was designed really, really well. I don't know. But yeah, Deus Ex, Mankind Divided. Designed better than, Gone Home or something. So, that's all I got to say about that. Next is the RPG of the Year Award. And the RPG of the Year Award nominees are, I played a lot of games that are or can be considered RPGs this year. Fallout 4. Yeah, you just walk around in the 1950s and shoot a couple of guys. Trails of Cold Steel 2, my notes are wrong. Trails of Cold Steel. And fuck the 2. But 2's pretty good too. I'll talk to you about that one next year. But anyway, Trails of Cold Steel, oh man. If you like the traditional JRPGs, that game is one of the best. It's also good for the people who love stories, because it's got, like, if you put your time into it, it got one of the most complex but interesting. It's pretty interesting, the story. And all the characters very well defined. And anyway, Nier, that was a PS3 game, but it looked like a PS2 game. Final Fantasy VII Remaster, a little better than the original. It looked nice and clean, and you can play it in fast forward if you don't like grinding. Star Ocean 4, couldn't even finish that game. Valkyria Chronicles HD, motherfucker. That game was awesome too. That's a strategy RPG, but it's like a strategy RPG where you actually move people around instead of just clicking and clicking and clicking. So yeah, you can walk right up on somebody and boom, touch them right in the ass. Tokyo Mirage Sessions, where you're trying to become all I got out of that was I was trying to become a pop star. But, I wish I was a pop star so I can have sex with all Japanese pop stars. Oh, yeah, every single one of them. Deus Ex, Mankind Divided. Not only was it a well-designed game, but it had a really cool, deep story and a lot of upgrades and all that good shit. Paper Mario Color Splash, fun game. That's what I gotta say. The only thing I didn't like about it was you had to go back around and get shit over and over again so you could figure out how to beat some of these bosses. There's like no hint. So you figure it out during the boss. Then you don't got the shit. So then you gotta go get it. But otherwise, all the areas and scenarios and all that shit were awesome in that game. Odin Sphere, another great RPG. Yes, I called it an action game, and yes, I am calling it an RPG. It is an action RPG. So fuck you in your face. Final Fantasy 15. That game wishes it was an action RPG, but like when you try to do some action in that, camera just starts spinning around, you get dizzy. Oh my god. And the winner is Trails of Cold Steel. You want to know why? I'll tell you why. Trails of Cold Steel, as I was saying, just got everything. It's got the traditional RPG battle system, but it's got so many extra layers thrown into that battle system. It's just so awesome. And your upgrade system, it just takes a lot of ideas and new ideas and fits them in well. The game is big, it takes long, all the characters are very well developed, the story is very deep if you put your time into it. You don't have to, though. That's the nice thing. You don't have to go around and talk to everybody. If you don't want to, you don't have to do all the side quests. And game ends at a very climactic situation and a cliffhanger setting you up for the next game, and it sold it to me instantly. Trails of Cold Steel, my RPG of the year. Next category is Most emotional game of the year. This is the game that, either it's gonna make me mad, or it's gonna make me I don't know, it's gonna make me cry like a little baby, cry like I got punched in the face by Quita. Anyway, most emotional game of the year. Nominees are Gone Home. That game made me so mad when I was playing it, teasing me the whole time about lesbians and not showing me shit yet. Uncharted 4. Oh my god, just check out my Uncharted 4 review and you'll see how emotional I was about that game, and not in a good way. Man, if that game only had a little bit more tits and ass. If it had tits and ass, I might be able to tolerate it a little bit better, but I'm not a big fan of making my wife dinner. Last Guardian. That game, you walk around with your dog the whole time. Final Fantasy 15. So emotional, If you ever play that game, you'll see what I mean. Actually, it just pissed me off. Took me forever to get anywhere, and I was bored when I was trying to get there. And then it just threw every little obstacle at me in the way, just to make it more of a pain in the ass. So, it made me emotional. Made me want to snap the disc in half. Deus Ex Mankind Divided. That's got a pretty good storyline if you take the time to get into the storyline. That's another game where you really don't have to get into the story if you don't want to, but if you do, it's a pretty emotional game. It's got deep sentiments that come right out of my ass. And Zero Time Dilemma. That game can be emotional too. There's all the characters in that game. That game is a part of a trilogy, and it's just one big ass long story, and it's got depth to it. And one of them stories that's going to make you think about things too. And it's got some emotion. There's a lot of people that die in that game, but at the same time, it's one of them you can change the story so that person might not necessarily have to die. And the winner for the most emotional game of the year is Last Guardian. That's right. Last Guardian. Psych. Not Last Guardian. Fooled you. Just kidding, it is Last Guardian. Fooled you again, motherfucker. Last Guardian was the emotional game of the year. I don't know, I was very sad when the dog was crying and I had to pull the sticks out of him, and then he started helping me out and I had to help him out, and I had to pull a stick out of his ass. Things that you want to do with your friends to show that you love them. But not only that, he made it possible for me to escape that big ass dungeon that I was trying to escape in there. And well, I don't want to spoil it, but there's a storyline in that game too. And you kind of figure out, well, I'm not going to say much, but that was the most emotional game for me. It made me cry more than when you took my bag of crack. Okay, next category is Best Set Piece Manipulation. I love games with good set piece manipulation. When the set pieces are being manipulated. Anyway, the nominees are Quantum Rape. If they're going to be Quantum Rape, that set piece better manipulate. But yeah, that game had better set piece manipulation than my next nominee, so I don't even know why I put this next nominee in there. Uncharted 4, probably because it had shitty set piece manipulation, but it wants to have good set piece manipulation, so I put it in there. But that game sucked. Next was Rise of the Tomb Raider. That was a wild adventure, if I could say so myself. And lots of set piece manipulation in that game. It did what Uncharted 4 was supposed to do with set piece manipulation. Uncharted 4 just failed. Paper Mario Color Splash. That game was weird in its set piece manipulation where, because everything's made out of cardboard and shit, you could fold it up and move it around and all kinds of cool stuff. That was good set piece manipulation. Next was The Last Guardian. Last Guardian had good set piece manipulation also. That added a lot of drama to the story and made it one of the more emotional games. So Last Guardian also had good set piece manipulation. And the winner is Rise of the Tomb Raider. Rise of the Tomb Raider just did set piece manipulation very well. It spaced it out well. It made the game dramatic. It made the game exciting. Rise of the Tomb Raider gets motherfucking best set piece manipulation. I wish I could just, run around that set piece all day long. I like that thrill of adventure. I like the floor falling out from underneath me. That's why I do so much crack. Rise of the Tomb Raider. Best gameplay. Next is this. That's this next category. This is a game that plays the best for what it's trying to do. So, and this is just pure gameplay mechanics in my opinion. I'm not talking about like anything else but the gameplay mechanics. Best gameplay mechanics nominees are Star Fox Zero. I don't care what you say, like I said earlier, if you learn how to play that game, which only takes about 10 minutes, but everybody now is just, can't figure it out in 2 seconds, I quit because I'm a little baby. But I ain't no baby. I grew up in the 80s, motherfucker. Star Fox Zero. Good gameplay. Trails of Cold Steel does the JRPG perfectly. I can't complain at all about that game. Battlefield 1, great first-person shooting, and you got special shit you can use in that game too, and good gameplay. Deus Ex Mankind Divided plays well, has action, has stealth, has gadgets, plays well. Dirt Rally, good performing racing game. Same with Forza Horizon 3. We got Transformers Devastation, awesome action game. It's just a very technical Platinum Games action game. May not be the longest or deepest game, well, as far as the levels anyway, but it's got very deep action. Let's see what we have here. Pokken Tournament, I don't even know how you say it, but that's where you fight Pokemon, and it's got good gameplay too. It's a fighting game where it's got more to it than just, hand-to-hand combat. You turn into your Pokemon and can do ranged moves and all kinds of cool shit. Let's see. Tokyo Mirage Sessions, that had an awesome battle system. Although I can't say it had the best upgrade system where you had to, load and load and load and load all day, loading on my ass. And my ass just unloading while the game is loading. So that's how I could the only way I could get through that. Unloading my ass while the game loads. And also Monster Hunter X, I'm going to call it, but they want to call it Generations. That game got good gameplay too, but it was on the handheld. And that made it a little harder for me with my, my big-ass manly hands. And the winner is Transformers Devastation. That's right. I said it. Transformers Devastation had better gameplay overall than these games. It was an action game. It was a deep action game. It was an action game like Bayonetta. It had a very similar game engine. It had all the, the combos, the counters, the timing. And it also had upgrades and shooting. So you could upgrade your weapons and shit and play as different characters. Had really good gameplay. Shame the game was a low budget game. And it was, like 4 or 5 hours long and the levels weren't very complex or anything. But great gameplay. Very, very good. Transformers Devastation. Next is the best puzzles. This is the game with the best puzzles. And the nominees are Paper Mario. That game had pretty good puzzles. You had to figure out, remember I was talking about set piece manipulation? You had to figure out how to get to places with certain items or manipulating the set or figuring out how to beat the bosses. Good puzzles in that game. Last Guardian. Man, that game had me stumped a couple of times trying to figure out what to do. Last Guardian. Uncharted 4. This is just one of my joke nominees, if you know what I'm saying. Puzzles in that game were shitty, but they had puzzles, so I'll put it in there. I remember you just take a look at a puzzle, and then, oops, you know what it is. But if you don't know what it is, the fucking answer is right in the motherfucking pause menu, so I don't even know why they even put a puzzle in that game, just to slow you down a little bit, I guess. I don't know, but the game's already slow, making me want to kill myself. And, Rise of the Tomb Raider, that game had better puzzles, but, it's kind of Rise of the Tomb Raider kind of puzzles. But yeah, that game was pretty fun. It had good puzzles. And Deus Ex Mankind Divided had weird puzzles, kind of like how the fuck do I get over there kind of puzzles. And then you kind of figure it out. After you figure it out, you're like, oh yeah, figured it out, motherfucker. So, and the winner is The Last Guardian. That's a game that stumped me. That's like the first game in a while that stumped me as far as like, a game where you're just moving forward and there's puzzles along the way. The Last Guardian stumped me a couple of times. Well, I was just trying to figure out what the fuck to do. The puzzles were interesting because you had to kind of figure out how you could use that dog, if you could even use that dog, or where you had to go with your own guy and the different pieces around the set that you could manipulate and make it work so you and your dog had to go forward. Okay. Next is Best Story. Best Story, Danganronpa 2, Goodbye Despair. Phoenix Wright, Spear to Justice. You can tell I'm getting tired now because my throat is starting to hurt. Anyway, Last Guardian. That's right, not much of a narrative, but the entire game is a story. Trails of Cold Steel, Odin Sphere, Deus Ex Mankind Divided. And the winner is Trails of Cold Steel. I said it once, I'll say it again, motherfucker. That game's got very, very well developed characters. It's got a long and deep story. So many things going on in that game, but at the same time, it's not convoluted like other games, like older some of the 2000s Final Fantasies, like 13 to be specific, have those super convoluted storylines that make no sense. Trails of Cold Steel all makes sense. It's going to make you want to see what happens next. It's full of mystery. It's full of ups and downs, high climatic, and also relaxing parts of the story. Great story, Trails of Cold Steel. Next is our best mobile game. And, well, to be honest, I ain't got no phone. No best mobile game. Nothing wins. Sorry. I don't care what you say. Mobile games are for stupid idiot losers with telephones. Fuck that shit. Best stealth game. Nominees are Uncharted 4. Yeah, that had some stealth, but I don't know. Deus Ex Mankind Divided, Rise of the Tomb Raider, Final Fantasy 15. I don't know why the fuck that game had stealth in it. And Super Mario Maker. I don't know, I just made that shit up. And the winner is Deus Ex Mankind Divided. For some reason, I had a Human Revolution in my notes. But you know what? It was Mankind Divided. And that game had awesome stealth. Lots of different ways you could use stealth in that game. Lots of ways you could manipulate the stealth in that game. From computers to making noises, to using other gadgets, to just sneaking up on people's asses and putting your hand right on it. Tickle, 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 tickle. That's right, motherfucker. Anyway, next is everybody's second favorite character. Second favorite category. Motherfucking guilty pleasure. My nominees. This is the game. Guilty pleasure means it's a game that, like, may not be the best game or the most popular game, but I keep going back to it because it's so fun. And this could include games that came from last year because I still keep going back to them. Anyway, the Final Fantasy Theatrhythm games for the 3DS. Those games are fun. I don't know why I like them, but I do. I got that rhythm, motherfucker. I'm a fucking musical genius with a penis. Anyway, I play my penis. That's my music. Next is Splatoon. That game is always fun to go back to. Don't know why, but it's fun. Super Mario Maker. Always new levels in that game, new ideas. Some are shit, some are good. Just like the girls in the hood, motherfucker. DOA Extreme 3. Can't get enough of those asses and those titties bouncing all over the place. And the volleyball and gambling is also fun too. Mighty Number 9. Got criticized, but I liked it. So fuck you. Galgun Double Piece. Who can't get enough of just going around? It's actually got multiple storylines too, Galgun Double Piece, but that gives you more reasons to play. But yeah, going around shooting the clothes off girls, it's my fantasy. And I know it's your fantasy too. So yeah, you should play that, and it's a guilty pleasure of mine. But the winner is Super Mario Maker, and it's because I was born in the 80s and grew up with the Mario games, and the platformers were always one of my favorites. And Mario's got such a good platforming engine, you can make a shitty level, and it's still not that bad to play. I mean, it's still bad, but it's not as bad as it could be. but there's a lot of good levels out there, and they just keep coming. And I could put the game in today and play for like half an hour, and it's all new shit that I never played. So Super Mario Maker, now everybody's favorite category, biggest disappointment, and the nominees are getting sick here because it's cold outside and they keep me out here. Okay, Final Fantasy 15 game, well, it just was not as good as it was hyped up to be. Uncharted 4, Uncharted 2 was great, and Uncharted 3, wasn't as good. Uncharted 4, I don't know what they tried to do. They just tried to, turn it into a point-and-click adventure or something shitty. Nier, that game wasn't as good as I thought it would be. Great idea, but had some bad execution. Star Ocean 4, put that game in, crashed my spaceship, and then got bored. And then there was this girl in there that had the most annoying voice ever. Made me want to put my head through the TV, and, so I can never, I'll still hear her voice. I don't know what to do. Maybe just slam my ears into the ground or whatever. I don't know. Next is, Gone Home. Very disappointing game. Oh, I didn't have much expectations for it, but, it was even worse than I thought. And Lost Reavers. I thought Lost Reavers would be a little better, but, it only had a couple levels in it. If it had maybe 20 levels or something, even with low quality, it would be pretty good. And the winner is Final Fantasy 15. Yeah, that game suck my dick and ate my shit. Yeah, Final Fantasy 15 tried to borrow from a lot of different games, the open world, the action combat, and whatever. It even borrowed its character design from earlier 2000s and later 2000s Final Fantasy. So it's trying to take ideas even from Final Fantasy and put them all together and just turn it into a pile of chaotic shit. Not only that, it does everything that it can to make things more tedious. So, most disappointing. I thought it would be better than Final Fantasy 13, and I don't know if it is or not. It's hard to say. And Final Fantasy 13 was bad. I thought it would be, a couple notches better. Okay, next is the biggest surprise game. And nominees these are the games that, I didn't really expect much from due to certain circumstances, but I really love them. Okay, number 1 is Wolfenstein New Order. Next is Last Guardian. Next is Star Fox Zero and Trails of Cold Steel. The biggest surprise of these games of being good was Last Guardian, because that game has been in development for 27 years now, and it was supposedly canceled and came back. It went from one console to another. People were saying, oh my god, it looks stupid and this and that and whatever, because, all that doom and gloom from being in development forever. Turns out, one of the greatest games of this generation. That's what I'm saying to you right now. Last Guardian, one of the best games of this gen. Go out and get it. Okay. We're getting to the very end here now. Best fighting game. I only played one, so it was motherfucking Pokken Tournament. Right in my ass. These Pokemon coming out of my ass with fireballs. Woo! Right into the other person's ass. You just fight them, and you can level them up. It was really good. You can play online. It's got a scoring mode, and it's battling Pokemon. But it's kind of like Tekken as well, when you get to that hand-on-hand. Good game. But it was the only nominee, so it automatically wins. And, last category before the Game of the Year, and we're going to have a concert before the Game of the Year award. So, last category before my special guest concert is the best remaster. I played Odin Sphere. Remember, I never played the original Odin Sphere, so I have nothing really to compare it to. So, we also got Resident Evil 0, Final Fantasy 7, which is basically the PC ported to the PS4, but it's really a remaster. Twilight Princess HD and Valkyria Chronicles HD. I'm gonna go with Twilight Princess HD, the winner. And because that game made the graphics so much better, the standard definition version of the game was just horrible. The way the lighting just blew up everywhere, right out of my face and into my ass. But also the textures look way better, and it lets you play the mirrored world from the Wii, but you don't have to use the Wii controls, and you could play the original world the way it was intended to be designed. Good game. Lets you play it two different ways, and yeah, it does get confusing when you reverse the dungeons. Anyway, let's go to my very special guest for the concert, and then back to me for the game of the year. See ya, motherfucker. Oh, baby, yeah, that song gets me going, if you know what I'm saying. One of my favorite all-time classics. Key off key, glee, glee, glee. fuck you, you and your shitty ass. I don't even know how to describe those bands that you have, but I got the real shit here on the Jamal Johnson 2016 Game Awards. And now the 2016 Game of the Year award goes to, and I ain't gonna do no nominees because every game I mention is a nominee, and the winner is the motherfucking Last Guardian. And the reason is, well, just take a look at this video, motherfucker. Oh yeah, I could just stare right into that all day long. Pick the feathers out and watch the poop drop. No, but that game was just like so good. It was a wild adventure, kept me interested in it. I couldn't put the thing down. I had to play all day, play all week. Beat the shit in about a week. Yeah, it was probably about a 10 to 15 hour game, but it just kept me on my toes and kept me interested, and the story was really good, and the story wasn't even much of a narrative. Game was awesome. Made me think, made me want to keep going. Very rare kind of game. Game of the motherfucking year, motherfucker, just because I could put my hand in his asshole and twist and turn and pull all the feathers out. Last motherfucking Guardian. And just so you know, everybody who won an award tonight, they ain't win shit. They just won my praise, and my praise is all they need because, you know, my praise goes really, really far in this world and every video game world out there. So, a couple things I gotta say before I leave. Number one, fuck Geoff. He sucked my dick last night, and, his teeth fell out, and then he started gumming that shit, and oh yeah. So anyway, last but not least, this is Jamal left it up your ass Johnson signing off. Bye, motherfucker.